If you work in quality control at a candy factory, you know strict safety regulations come with the job. It's why you partner with Grainger. Grainger helps you find the high-quality and compliant products your business needs to inspect, detect, and help correct issues. And the sweetest part is, everyone gets a product that's as safe to eat as it is delicious. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Because Progressive offers discounts for paying in full, owning a home, and more. Plus, you can count on their great customer service to help you when you need it, so your dollar goes a long way. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save on car insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states or situations.
When you think about businesses that are selling through the roof, like aloe or skins, sure, you think about a great product, a cool brand, and brilliant marketing. But an often overlooked secret is actually the businesses behind the business, making selling and, for shoppers, buying simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. Nobody does selling better than Shopify. With Shop Pay, that boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts are going abandoned and way more sales happening. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell whatever your customers are scrolling or strolling on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more, sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout Skins uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/Westwood1, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Westwood1 to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/Westwood1.
What's up, family? Gerald the Bossman here. You're tuned into the Bossman Show on AM 1010, AM 1430, 1055 The King. Check The King out at 105theking.com and the Bossman Show at bossmanshow.com. Hit me up on Instagram, The Bossman Show, Twitter at Bossman Show, and Facebook, Bossman Show. It's the Bossman on your radio.
Listen to the Bossman Show with your host, JR, Saturdays at 9 a.m. right here on AM 1010, The King.
What's up, good people? BetOnline is your number one source for all your betting needs. The latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for baseball, boxing, golf, and more. BetOnline continues to be the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino and card games available to play right from your phone. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and get in on the action. Remember to use your promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts.
BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV.
Yes, BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV, covering content and hot topics from A to Z, sports, music, society and culture, movie reviews, you name it, we have it. Check it out on bs3network.com or check us out on Roku, BS3 TV on Roku, as well as check out your favorite podcast on all podcast platforms or Spreaker.com/BS3 Network.
You are now tuned to BS3 Network.
man, show friend of the show, JU Dolphins out of A-Sun, my man, George Mincy. Jay Mince, what's up, bro? You talk to you again, my guy.
Doing well, doing well. Thank you for having me.
No doubt, bro. I can't believe it's been you had in year 4, man. So how's it feel for you, man? So you just flew on by, bro, since we first talked when you got the job, man.
You know what? It's cool. You know, you're going into year 4. Definitely like where our program is going. The type of character and young men we got on our roster. Definitely excited about this year, even though it will be one of the more challenging years, especially from the non-conference standpoint. And so it'll be cool just to see how our guys handle that challenge early, and then see if we can take those learning lessons early and move into conference play with, solid play.
Now, for you, bro, let me ask you something personally. How have you grown since it's your first year to now, man, as a head coach? When you get in that seat, man, you don't really know what it is till you get in that seat. So for you, what's been your growth process as you've grown as a head coach and all things you have to deal with outside of just basketball?
One of the things that I always talk to one of my best friends, Amir Duraim, about is just, a lot of times you think it's X and O's. And, my first year, it was so much on then not really knowing my roster, not knowing my breakdown. So I was big on, hey, I'm just going to establish this great culture. And so as I kind of moved on in the year 2 and 3, I really thought, hey, what, my X and O's got to get better. I got to be able to, execute our timeouts. And so you kind of gravitate away from a thing that truly made you special. And so one of the things that we're trying to do a better job of is, hey, every day is culture, man. Every day you fighting for a culture. Every day you continually learning who you need to be as a coach to implement that type of culture that you want and hold everybody accountable, including your staff and ultimately yourself. And so that's the biggest thing that I've learned. Is like, man, don't ever get too far away from the culture piece. I know it sounds generic, but teams that have unbelievable culture, especially in this NIL market, they the ones who are the most successful, to be honest.
It's about relationship building. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't have a relationship with a young man, they'll build on you. So it's about building a relationship, make them trust and believe in you, because a lot of times your NIL can be something bigger than money. It can be trust, belief, having my back will help me out if I'm in a pickle, not just look at me as a number to help them get wins and X's and O's. So, you're right, bro. Like, in this market, relationships and who can trust you, who really believes that you believe in them, you really have their back. And in this world we're in right now.
Absolutely. I 100% agree.
No doubt, my guy. And man, bro, man, as I see it behind you, I see these words, man. I like them. Energy, effort, intensity, man. Talk about that more about it. It's inspiring me, brother.
Yeah. So you know what? One of the things that I do is, certain people that come in, like Shakari Mack, one of the people up there you see, she's like our creative specialist when it comes to like marketing. But I call it, I don't know if I can get the angle right, but at the very top, it's called Wall of Quotes.
I see the Wall of Quotes. We see it, yeah.
Yeah, and so anybody who ever comes into our office, especially, visitors or different coaches, I tell them, hey, look, give me a quote that you live by. Tell me something that's interesting about yourself, and feel free to write it on my wall. And, a lot of times it's like, what you mean? Sometimes it may be a book that you like. But oftentimes when I wake up in the morning and I come into the office, the first thing I look at is the wall of quotes. I want inspiration. I want, individuals, especially recruits. When they walk in here, a lot of times it's their mothers, attention to detail. They look and say, hey, coach, what is this? Very similar to yourself. And I say, hey, look, it's a wall of quotes. This is what I kind of live by. These are, I want to always continue to learn. And I want people to always invest in me as I invest in them. And so, like I said, I just created this wall of quotes. It's been good for me. One of my best friends, Trent Redden, who's the GM for the Clippers, he has one in his office. And he's the one who gave me the idea. And so I just kind of ran with it.
I'm going to give you a quote from Big J, my father. He always says, make every motion count.
Make every motion count. Trust me, I'm locking that in. If you come to my office, you might be like, hold on, man, make every motion count. And I got your name underneath it. You could be like, oh, okay, man. I promise you. I don't take that lightly at all.
Yeah, that's from my father, Big J. He always talk to me about it. Make every motion count. Make everything you do have a purpose. So that's what he always talk to me about. So that's what like this morning, bro. I've got to walk in. I'm sending out my emails to get people on the show, and I'm talking to you. So that's already had an intentional morning already. 2-mile walk in, emailing for guests, and now I'm praying talking to you. So I have a morning already, brother. It's over 10 o'clock.
Yeah, you intentional. You very intentional.
Coming off being a game last night too now. I mean, the stadium like 11 o'clock now. So, so as intentionality. So my dad put that in me, bro. Like every
Uh-huh.
promotion count, make everything with a purpose. So my dad drew that in my head as a little 2-year-old dude to
I
now.
know that's right. I know that's right. Yeah,
No
you know.
doubt, man, bro. Let me ask you this, man. I hope you was winning that game in Stetson, man. I saw that run you all made. Beat EKU on the road at their place. Stetson
Mhm.
coming down to it, could have won that game, man. For you, for that season in on that kind of a high, showing that your guys compete with the highest level in your conference and came 1 point away from getting to the championship game, man. Talk about that. How you guys kept fighting all year long despite the adversity that you all had.
Yeah, so the one thing is a lot of times, people who follow us, they'll know. We had a lot of injuries. My second leading scorer broke his hand in non-coms versus UCF last year. He's my leading rebounder, Bryce Workman. He only played 19 games last season. In those games that he played in, if you look at our record, it was significantly different. And then our third leading scorer, he missed 9 league games, Marcus Knobloch, and so when teams saw us, we had finally got healthy. We had an opportunity to practice for like 2 or 3 weeks together as a whole. And, we kind of crept in by the grace of God. A missed free throw from North Florida versus Austin Peay allowed for us to slide in at that 10 seed. And so, we just want an opportunity. And I kept telling our guys, man, if they give us opportunity, we're going to have enough confidence that we're going to run through it. And so, majority of the time when we get into that conference tournament, our guys are going to be through the roof. First season we got to the championship game. Last year, semifinals. And, going down to the last 2 minutes of that game, I just felt like, yo, we're going to be back in that championship game again. I promise you. And I just kept trying to tell our guys. And so 2 of our better defenders fouled out, down the stretch. And all credit to Stetson. They did an unbelievable job staying with the game plan, making hard plays down the stretch, offensive rebounds, key threes, free throws. And so, man, they came down, they hit a shot, man, that made an unbelievable game. I was so proud of our guys to be in that game. And I just love, like as a coach, man, you love to be in them situations. And it's like, who gonna out execute, who gonna out tough, what is he gonna come down to? And so just to be a part of that game and to be able to kind of reference that going forward into this season allows for our guys to have a certain type of hunger. We're not satisfied. We definitely want to win it all, but we understand also that, we're going to have some adversity. Things are going to hit, but if we stay the course, then things will work in our way. And so that's what last year's testimony kind of goes into teaching these guys daily here.
No doubt, man. And for you, talk about your format, man, A-Sun. Man, it's cool that you play on campus sites. A little different environment than a neutral site. So talk about the uniqueness of A-Sun, how you all playing on in campus sites, man, and how it makes the games a little more exciting. Get the extra little feel to it that it would have been a tournament game.
Yeah. So it is exciting and it's also difficult. So if you don't do a great job, like we didn't do due to injuries of taking care of your record during the course of the season. For instance, Amir did a great job his last year prior to going to South Florida at Kennesaw. He got all home games in the conference tournament, and so it's a huge advantage to the team that plays really, really well. And kudos to the league for doing that. Rewarding guys who are winning in programs that are winning at a high level. But at the same time, it can be extremely difficult for a team that's dealt with some adversity like ourselves. Every game was on the road, and literally we're playing Kennesaw, neutral site. First round, second round, EKU #1 seed, and it's a packed gym, crazy environment. Our guys make hard plays, comes down to a free throw line block out, we win the game. And then you go to Stetson. And I just felt like at Stetson was more so a neutral site game because it's being so close to campus. We had about 300 students show up for the game. And so, man, even when they're doing the national anthem, everybody was just going crazy with JU. And you just heard Duval going throughout the crowd. And so, the A-Sun's done a great job with staging, making sure they set up these different sites. And me, they play at home. If you can handle your business, man, it's a huge competitive advantage to help you get the opportunity to go to the NCAA tournament.
No doubt, man. If you're similar, Jordan, how much do you all mix in team stuff versus trying to get guys better individually, man? I know it's a difficult balances now with the NIL transfer portal about what having pretty much do teams every year. How do you balance getting in guys, figuring out what they can do versus getting some team contests in, so not so much you have to crash course in now during the fall here right before November starts?
So my sole focus and majority of our program is development. Like at the same time, of course, I care about my wins and losses as far as my record. But ultimately, I tell all parents that come into this program, wins and losses can be manipulated based on, buy games and the situation that you have, that you're in. My whole goal is to make sure I'm putting the majority amount of my time into building young men of character and developing them, whether it's on the court or off the court. Some of these guys, they won't play basketball again, but it's my job to put them in front of successful individuals and men that look like them to be able to make money in different avenues. And so I do that majority of the summer, having different speakers come in, talk about real estate, talk about wealth, and then building just a contact list so when these guys leave this program, they can always call those individuals. And then when it comes to the court, we have a player development position. That guy's constantly on the floor, working guys out. If I open my office right now, we got 2 or 3 guys just working on their game. And so it's required here in this program. Like, you got a player development slot, you can work on your game early in the morning, and then we'll flow into practice, which officially starts today for the first time.
No doubt, bro. And also, man, you kind of mentioned early in the interview, man, your non-conference is a bear, bro. You got Florida, you at Furman, Virginia Tech, Georgia, UCF. Man, you want to challenge yourself to that, bro. You really do. Without some challenge, you want to challenge yourself, my God. Man, some tough road games you got there, my good brother.
So we play at Florida, we're at Georgia, we're at UCF, we're at Virginia Tech, we're going to Furman, and then you got East Tennessee State at home, which they'll probably be like top 2 or number 1, in their league. And so for me, we've been really good in non-conference. If you watch my 3 years, like, we've been exceptional. Had some key wins along the way. And so for me, it was more so, okay, what has been the issue necessarily going into conference play? What are some things that we can work on to try to make ourselves better? Because you look at a team like EKU, yeah, they're 17-16, and we're 16-17 at the end of the year. And I say to myself, EKU wins the league. Is it because they're more battle tested in the non-con? And you never can completely understand or know what your team will do. But I just thought, you know what, let's give ourselves the most battle tested we can possibly be. I'm gonna tell our guys every day, hey, look, I don't necessarily care about the wins and losses in the non-con. I want to be as ready as possible that when we open up versus Lipscomb, our first game, that we're battle tested, we understand different style of plays, and we're able to adapt and adjust throughout the course of the conference season.
No doubt, bro. Hey, man, I'm going to be praying with you, brother.
I need it, brother. I need it.
That's a bear there, brother. Hey, man, I'll tell you. Hey, let me ask you this, bro. I seen the Grizzlies release their jersey this year with the red Memphis, man. The Grizzlies be having some nice throwback jerseys, the city edition. Talk about that, how the style of your city, man, how they really embrace the Grizzlies, man, and those jerseys they be having be so fire every year, man. They be on point.
Yeah, so Memphis is such a unique culture because it's a city in the South, and majority of the cities in the South, they're all about football. But in Memphis, it's all about basketball. Mm-hmm. And so you can be really, really good at football, but everybody embraces it, from the Tigers, Penny Hardaway, what he's done with the University of Memphis, how he's built that program up, not only just as a player, but also as a coach, and everybody gravitates to the Tigers game. Like, everybody knows one of the biggest nights is Midnight Madness. They're going to have some type of influential rapper, whether he's from the city or he's from out of the state, but everybody's going to show up. As a little kid, I remember, like, hey, we got to be at that. We got to be at that. And then you talk about the Grizzlies, man. The star power of Ja Morant, a guy who comes from a small town that's, people say is a major city, but at the same time, it is very similar to Memphis. Like, Memphis is not a large place, and he's the perfect superstar to start at, for the Grizzlies. And so, love the Memphis Grizzlies, love the Tigers, love being able to support that city and being able to see just the style, the barbecue, and just the culture as a whole, especially with the music scene and what it's continuously doing throughout the years. And it hasn't dropped off. It's just only growing and getting better.
Man, I'm going to tell you, it's on age myself, but me and you about the same age. I remember going to Grizzly games in the playoff run with Lionel Hollins, getting them growl towels, man.
Yeah. Hey,
I got a whole growl towel. I took off the daggone seats and people got that. I got all the ones, man. I got the white one, the blue one, the yellow ones. I got all them growl towels when I used to go to Memphis on the playoff runs, man, with the gritty and grind Grizzlies. I got all them still.
Oh, that's when you talking about Zebo. You talking about Tony Allen. You talking
OJ
about
Mayo,
O.J. Mayo,
Mike
Mike
Conley, Sam Young,
Jr. Oh, same man, boy,
Gasol.
Allen, Gasol's, and he had both Gasol brothers now. Both of them going in and out. Like, man, it's a city, man, that is just it's built on grind and grit. You know, it's hard work, and the Grizzlies embody that, man. Like, they don't get all the credit they supposed to get, but it's like, you know what? We always gonna be the underdog, and if we win, the city gonna support you. They're gonna be behind you. You're gonna know that you got people who really value you and care about you.
I wish they would come back out and use that. Remember that old song, Wood on Bluff? They used to come out too.
Oh yeah, yeah. Hey, you know what? Sometimes you got
Come back
something
out
to
that
do.
song, Wood on Bluff.
Oh,
Hey,
hey,
you know,
it's
they
like when
come
you
back
know
out
when
that
they come
song.
out in the club, man. You got so what's going on, man. You got so those type of songs get you going. They amp you up, but at the same time, they can also cause you to get the fight, or as we like to say, get the jacket. So it's definitely a motivator.
Yeah, but bro, good to kill it with you, my guy. Hope to see you on the road this year. Be a Lipscomb if you plan up that way, or at Austin P or somewhere close. Man, I hope to see you, man. But if not, man, I hope you get that tournament, man. Talk about at the big dance, brother. We gonna celebrate it as we always do, but do a Memphis style, my guy. We don't bluff, buddy.
Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it, man. You do a great job. Appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
And before you go, brother, happy early birthday, my brother.
Thank you. Thank you. Greatly appreciate it. Looking forward to it. Not 40 yet, but I'm slowly approaching. Slowly.
Me and you both, buddy. Me and you both. Me and you both. Hey, brother, appreciate you always, my guy.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Talk to you soon. Be safe.
BS3 Network. Changing the way you watch TV.
Yes, BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV, covering content and hot topics from A to Z, sports, music, society and culture, movie reviews, you name it, we have it. Check it out on bs3network.com or check us out on Roku, BS3 TV on Roku, as well as check out your favorite podcasts on all podcast platforms or Spreaker.com/BS3 Network.
You are now tuned to BS3 Network.
What's up, good people? Bet Online is your number one source for all your betting needs. The latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for baseball, boxing, golf, and more. Bet Online continues to be the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino and card games available to play right from your phone. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and get in on the action. Remember to use your promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet Online, where the game starts. What's up, family? Gerald the Bossman here. You're tuned into the Bossman Show on AM 1010, AM 1430, 1055 The King. Check The King out at 105theking.com and the Bossman Show at bossmanshow.com. Hit me up on Instagram, The Bossman Show, Twitter at Bossman Show, and Facebook, Bossman Show. It's the Bossman on your radio.
Listen to The Bossman Show with your host, JR, Saturdays at 9 a.m. right here on AM 1010, The King.